Yeah.
How long you been in the industry for?
So QV really since mid 2018. In lead gen in some capacity, really since 14, 15 years old. I mean, 06, 07, or even earlier than that, 03, generating really mortgage leads at the time. As a kid, running traffic.
Wait, what got you at that? What piqued your interest? I'm 14, 15, going to do mortgage leads.
Yeah, so it didn't start in that. It started in other verticals, but what really had happened was a friend of mine came over, and at the time we had what they were using really were like AOL mailers. So he comes over, and I had never done any online marketing in my life, and he brings over this piece of software. He's got it, tells me about it. He brings it over like on a disk or something. I don't even remember exactly how it worked, but he loads this this VB6 piece of software, which turned out to be essentially like a chat bot, onto my computer. And he's like, just let this thing run and it'll just like log into accounts and it'll do its own thing and then drop messages into these chat rooms. And man, I remember it like it was yesterday. I woke up in the morning and he connected me with the network at the time, and it wasn't really a whole lot different than it is now. It was just these were AOL chat rooms. And I woke up and I had like, I don't know, made $25 overnight. And I was hooked. I ended up turning my room into like a little server room because things weren't really, in the cloud back then. Usually what you had was you had computers or whatnot in your bedroom connected to KVM switches so that you can kind of rotate through the different desktops of each device. And yeah, man, my house turned into a little bit of a server room because I quickly realized, okay, I could just invest the money in 2 or 3 of these machines or 4 or 5 of these machines and just keep kind of duplicating what I'm making here. So I was a fucking kid, man. Looking back on it, I'm proud of what I did. I was off the grid for a while. My friends were upset. Manny the Hermit doesn't come out of his fucking house, but I was just like amazed at this whole world, this whole online world. So it was a world of, internet handles and AOL shit and chat rooms and email and all that. And then I got into mortgage lead gen, primarily focused with email. And at the time we were only emailing AOL users, which was difficult even back then. So the quality of the user would be like you penetrating Gmail now, right? So like it was just a higher quality customer. That grew into, because we were publishers at the time, that grew into building a lead company, then going through the whole 06, 08-ish crisis, right? The whole mortgage crisis and essentially losing everything, losing my homes, losing my car, getting everything taken away from me. And then it was a humbling experience. I think I've said it before, I don't regret it at all. I think it's one of the best things I ever went through. Then from there, started another network, which was really just us building. I mean, it was pretty amazing. We were building technology to provide to affiliates to allow them to scale campaigns faster, and then sort of locking them to the campaigns that we wanted them to run. So it's like I kind of gave you like a business in a box, but then I kind of controlled where that traffic went. And that grew and went well. And it didn't really have enterprise value, if you will. And we were working hard, a lot of late nights, a lot of Adderall and Vyvanse. And I was like, all right, if we're going to work this hard, we might as well build something that has like real enterprise value, something I can bring to the market. So that was when I started QV. And it wasn't, yeah, man, even the first couple of years of QV were not easy. It was a lot of chasing verticals to try to find our footing, where can we kind of anchor ourselves. And then Medicare really was just an alignment of stars. It was, I brought in a great team. So, I got started, it was myself and a partner. He left after a few months and then it was just me. I brokered calls through late 2018, right around early 2019, brought in Rich, Joe, a few others to come in and help out. And they really, just the culmination of talent in different respective areas was really what helped us. It was just building a great team. I mean, I'm one person, I'm only capable of so much. They really helped make it happen. What had really kind of sent us on a rocket ship was we were in the finance space through 2019 and we realized that we wanted to move into insurance. So we started to cultivate some of the Medicare relationships, which at the time really everything was focused on Medicare supplement. And those relationships that we had been working on in 2019 kind of matured right around the time COVID hit in March of 2020, as did building the media team internally, as did just COVID itself. Was for us, it was like a launching pad because you had seniors that were home. They were concerned about their health. They were responding to everything, right? So if we sent direct mail, they were responsive. If we served them digital ads, they were responsive. The plans became very competitive. All the benefits started to roll out. I always say this, and Rich always, jokes about it, but we really, I think, candidly, I mean, we've stood on the shoulders of the giants of the carriers to run our business. It's just the reality. I always thank them whenever we're with them. The reality of that doesn't escape me for a moment. That because these plans became so attractive, we were able to leverage a lot of that in our marketing, compliantly, but we were able to leverage it in our marketing. And it was really the culmination of all these things that helped us grow. It wasn't Manny. It wasn't any one person. It was just the team. It was the timing. We were able to leverage that momentum to keep growing the business and just doing good business. And I think where maybe we've differentiated ourselves along the way has been maybe more on like the compliance side of things, has been more on the side of really looking at long-term growth, not thinking like just publishers, but thinking like a real business. Not stripping the company of all of its resources and its revenue, but reinvesting in the business, hiring the right people, seeking the right legal counsel, all the way now to, and my responsibilities have evolved over time. I don't miss being unsure if we were going to survive. I don't miss that. Although I've had this conversation with Adam. Part of me does miss like there's a level of thirst of just like almost like an anger that you have when you're in that position that I do sometimes miss. So I try to put myself back in that position by communicating with people that are far more successful than I am, that have had a far greater impact than I've had. But I do sort of miss like that middle area where I was communicating with everybody in the company on a daily basis very frequently. So I felt very interconnected into the business. Now it's a lot of, working with legal teams, working and doing stuff in DC and sort of a bit more abstract, right? Like, so I try my best to try to remain, and look, I'm communicating with department heads all the time, but I was far deeper into it, right? But yes, it did to the point that you mentioned before, it certainly, it's come at a cost.
Get ready to level your shit up with the LFG show. We travel the globe to bring you heavy hitters from all walks of life. We've been talking some serious business, from the best digital marketers, government contracting experts, to top athletic and celebrity doctors. We've got it all covered. We're talking to guys with cash in for billions with a B. And the best thing is, we're just getting started. So hold on tight. We're about to crank it up a notch. Get ready for next level networking and masterminds within the LFG community. Scared money don't make no money or honey. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, and let's fucking go.